Okay. Hey. All right. I'm gonna go ahead on Black Lives Matter. Basically, okay, I get it. I got it. But one thing, the movement is awesome. I protested this year and got arrested. My advice, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just let you know, if you are going to protest, just be ready. Be prepared to be arrested. First off, just get ready. I mean, and then number one, before you even get out there and protest, I don't care what you look like, what your race is, what your nationality, whatever your religion is. If you're going to go to these Black Lives Matter protests and we're interrupting things and interrupting politicians and shutting down freeways and standing in front of city halls and things, great. You know, I believe in peaceful protest and civil disobedience wholeheartedly. But one thing that I'm noticing with the Black Lives Matter movement, that it's getting a little misconstrued and getting a little twisted for me, is when we're not being peaceful. Some of us are going to these protests and one not doing any type of history or research, and ask yourself, look in the mirror, why am I headed to this? Am I going to this just for a selfie so it looks good on my resume? Or am I going just because my friends are going? Or am I going to just throw rocks at the police? It's cool. Or am I going to incite a riot? Am I going to just, be in the midst of things and just to say I was here? What are you going for? And do you know what you're chancing when you say no justice, no peace? Hands up, don't shoot. Do you understand that? Really do your homework and do your history before you just run down to go shut down a politician and F him and F the police. That's not okay. So when you head down to these and you become abrasive and arrogant and loud and spitting in the police's in these riot gear, and you're spitting in their faces, or you're being just very, what they would consider threatening, get ready to get arrested. I mean, just get ready. um and oh, you're violating my rights. And do you even know your rights? Do you know what you're doing? Did you have a permit to protest? Did you have a permit to shut down that freeway right then and there? Just get ready. I'm all for it. I get it. It's okay. I get it. But at the same time, just get ready. Don't become mad or so upset and irate when you get arrested for being on that freeway and bagging up traffic for hours and miles back when traffic is going all the way back. Just get ready. It comes at a cost, what you're doing. So just know that there are consequences for your actions when you become involved with the Black Lives Matter, these protests that are taking place all across the nation. I am for it. I stand for it. But at the same time, I also believe that all lives do matter. And I'm not trying to take away from the Black Lives Matter at all when I say that. We all matter. But one thing about Black Lives Matter is I wish that as Black people we would work more together. We work together more. And unity. Really understand that Kwanzaa principle, Umoja, just unity, really working together more on our jobs, excuse me, at school, wherever, holding the door for one another, being respectful of one another, saying something, you know, just as people doing that. But one thing I'm noticing with this is we're so, just don't get confused as to what I believe Black Lives Matter. Well, my opinion, what it is all Black Lives Matter. Not just because with the police brutality, for example, we should be just as outraged if someone is killed in the hands of a cop as if one was killed by our own black on black crime, as well as police brutality. And same with human crime, white on black, black on white. Just be just as outraged. I understand the numbers. It's we see it daily and daily. It keeps happening, and injustices are happening and happening. But at the same time, I'm outraged about Charleston, those 9 that died in that church, that hate crime, that was an act of terrorism. Outraged. Outraged over Sandra Bland, Eric Garner, and the list continues. Outraged. But at the same time, I am just as equally outraged when I hear about little babies being shot in drive-by shootings, and we're killing each other. on the streets for gang initiations at the bus stop, can't walk down the street without fearing for our lives? Will we make it home from work and school and not get jumped or shot by our fellow neighbors and people that live in our community? So I'm just as outraged by both. We need to work together to rebuild our communities and help each other. It's a never-ending battle, but that's what Black Lives Matter is all about. All Black Lives Matter. It's not just, oh, well, let me hop on this because it's a police brutality, racism, police brutality. All Black Lives Matter. Even the ones that we see on the news dying, and black males and black females that aren't even making it to the age of 25 because of the gun violence that's rampant in our neighborhoods and in our communities, and we are glamorizing and glorifying it. It's not okay. So we need to check ourselves, check what we're watching and what we're listening to and what we're buying our kids, and what are we encouraging. Are we encouraging them to go left? Or are we encouraging them to go right? Which one? So Black Lives Matter, that's a movement bigger than anyone. And that's a movement that started when slaves first arrived here. It now just has a different name. It went from when the first slaves arrived here in Virginia to civil rights movement to now this. It just changed the name. This kind of violence and brutality has been going on since the beginning. And we really just have to work together and point out the real criminals. When you see people throwing bricks and rocks and inciting riots and trying to riot and loot, that's not okay. That's not peaceful protesting. So don't go down there with a sign, hey, let my buddy out, when your buddy just robbed the store, or when your buddy just looted and did all kinds of crazy and they have him on camera doing these things. Just really focus. Why are you there? What are you doing when you join a movement like this? And for me, I was arrested. I joined a protest, the last 15 minutes of a protest, and we were cornered in an alley, cops on both sides, and I was arrested. Never been to jail in my life. So just know, if all these, like I said, the great leaders of our time are from present to past, if they have been arrested, you're going to be arrested as well. So when you protest, get ready. Get ready to be possibly in a mix of pepper spray. Get ready. We don't live in a fair world. If a cop, they feel threatened in any way, shape, or form, they are going to pull out that pepper spray. So get ready. Bring your milk for your eyes to rinse out your eyes. Get your cell phone numbers memorized. Get ready. When they confiscate your things, you slap those flexi cuffs on you, throw you in a police van, you're now under their custody. So just stay focused and get ready. If you want to join and be a part of those movements and the protests, get ready to possibly be arrested. We see Cornell West getting arrested. We've seen King get arrested. Martin Luther King. All these we've seen it. Claudette, the list. Just do your history and you will know who have all been arrested. Civil disobedience and peaceful protesting. Mandela, 23 years in prison. Peacefully protesting and fighting and standing up for what he believed in. So you're not exempt. And I think with some of the youth and young people that are near my age and my age, be humble. Don't go to these protests and these meetings with this braggadocious and this cocky and conceited attitude and mindset. Just be humble. Be humble when you're meeting with certain leaders. Just be humble. Because in love, because we're not gonna move forward with that type of attitude. So at the end of the day, stay focused, stay strong, keep fighting. Black lives do matter. All Black lives matter. Stay focused, know your history, and do your research.